Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node. This is a reading for you. If you have Leo in any of those placements, welcome. Or if you've been intuitively guided here today. So Leo, we're going to go through a few things together today. First, we'll get you a theme for the year of 2022. Next, we'll pull a 9-card spread to see what sorts of energies you're working through and up against at this time. Next, I'll pose a question for you. We'll get additional information, and finally, we'll close out with a major arcana card. So Leo, before we begin, I will transmit some channeled information for you, which is fire sign keywords for the year 2022. Those keywords are bold, brazen, insecure. Bold, brazen, insecure. And I did feel a little bit badly about having to transmit that third word. However, Spirit showed me and clarified to me that what they meant is the idea of insecurity in the sense of whatever security piece you're looking for is lacking in some place in your life. And in 2022, I think you will be taking steps, making strategies in order to rectify that. So it does feel less like it has to do with a self-worth issue and more of a situational issue. However, the self-worth thing may come up a little bit in the reading. We'll see. So also, I'd like to transmit that Pluto will be a big influence this year. Pluto will be a big influence astrologically. I'm not sure why that is. It's just a channeled message. Do take care to do your own research, whatever feels right to you. Do your own magic, working with the energy of Pluto if that's something you're interested in. If so, if you're drawn to that, welcome. Many of us here are. And I think you'll find it to be very powerful if that's something that resonates. Working with that energy of transformation could give you an extra boost in 2022. I do feel intuitively, Leo, that you've been working with that energy for quite some time, or it's come up for you. It's come up for you in some ways. It's come up for Cancers because Pluto is in the sign of Capricorn, they're opposite signs. So maybe for you, Leo, it's that it's come up because you're gearing up for that oppositional influence. So, as planets transit, we kind of feel them coming as that time arises, and maybe that's what it is I'm feeling for you. Okay, so to begin, Leo, we will start with your theme for 2022. The message I got for you is inner peace. Inner peace. So it depicts these two little fish here. They look like, I don't know if they're koi fish, carp, what they are. Catfish, if you're from that part of the country, USA. And it has also these flowers. As it turns out, these flowers are lilies, but I didn't know that initially. So to me, they kind of looked like extraterrestrial anemones. You know how sometimes underwater sea creatures can kind of look like extraterrestrial, outer space, made up things? I'm getting that vibe for you. So the phrase specifically that Spirit was transmitting to me is out of this world. So in some way, you're really showing up and shining as out of this world at this time, Leo. So that's a really positive thing. I also feel intuitively friendship, kinship with this card, with these fish, and maybe something about like a soul tribe or like people, soul connections. I'm feeling like a lake or a pond, and it's a spiritual thing. So this is going to sound really strange, but it's kind of like you are all meeting on the astral plane at this special pond or lake, and you're making plans because you're meeting up in the real world now. It's kind of like you're making plans at this, I have chills, at this spiritual pond or lake, because down here on Earth, we're like meeting each other, that sort of thing. I'm going to go ahead and read this to you, Leo, to get you some additional messages. This is the lily pond. And it does say here about the lilies signifying the idea that out of the darkness, out of the mud, can grow something that is full of grace and beauty. Inner peace is your birthright. Tranquility occurs when you realize that your life is unfolding according to divine planning. Serenity isn't something you have to work for or search for. It already exists within you. To find this inner peace, simplify your life, spend time in nature, and listen to the message of your soul. True peace transcends fear and connects you intimately to the Creator. Breathe deeply and fully, knowing that all is well. Okay, Leo, we may come back to that card later on, but for now, we'll continue with your messages. So, we're going to do a 9-card spread today to see what sorts of energies you're showing up with. I do have to tell you, Leo, that my nose is beginning to itch. This happens when I channel, so just know it's a good sign, meaning that I'm very tapped into you. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, 2022 overview messages. Now, do take care and come back here in about 6 months, Leo. See where you're going, where you've been, and how the message resonates then. You know, time is a spiral, and progress is not linear, so you're always welcome back here if you need to start over again. Or just recognize the progress that you've made. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node. Spirit, we need a 9-card spread today. Felt like something flipped, but I think it might have done a whole full 360. The Hermit. Queen of Wands. Look at that. There you are. I really like that you're showing up in your own reading so upfront, so soon. 6 of Wands. What I'm already getting initially is whatever inner work you've done, whatever spiritual path you've taken, it's coming through now, and you're going to be reaping the rewards and benefits of that. So whatever journey of solitude you had committed yourself to, it's really showing up now with this Queen of Wands and being ready to burst forth into the world. Queen of Swords. This feels like someone outside of you, or else it feels like your own inner critic. It's a very cool energy, cold energy. And the Queen of Swords is not always that way, but right now she's coming through that way. It's like, yeah, it feels a little harsh. So it's a message to... It could be a warning that there could be someone in your energy sphere that's coming through in this really harsh way, talking about you to you in a very harsh way. But if it's not an external manifestation of a person, it's internal. It's that own inner voice, that own inner critic. And what did you get, Leo? Inner peace. So if that's the case, no matter what the case, you're going to shut that person up, whether it's coming from inside of you or outside of you. You're not letting anything mess with your peace at this time. Yeah, justice. Look at that. I feel finality with this. It's very cut and dry. It's like, no, you're absolutely not allowed to speak to me that way. It's very powerful, and it's very, the way that this figure is holding that scale, it's very like, you know, dramatic hand gesture. It's good. Sassy. It's kind of like I'm seeing you in a room full of people telling someone off. And in this case, this person would deserve it. So this is not you being mean or rude unnecessarily. This would be someone who really deserves to be told off. There's a room full of people and they're just like looking at you, jaws dropped, snapping for what you just said. 3 of Cups. Yeah, that's that like room full of people energy. Wow. Yeah, I feel you really having fun. And as I channeled earlier, something about meeting new people, meeting your soul tribe, and like getting together and having a lot of fun with them. I just heard the phrase, here's to the past, it can kiss my glass. So it's that idea of like just really enjoying yourself and moving on. Do you want these three? Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node. Princess of Wands. Very beautiful, cute, playful energy there. Innocent, childlike. Perhaps getting back into the energy that you had as a child. I'm seeing like a lot of sunflowers and golden sunlight, like shining hair. It doesn't matter what your complexion or hair color is. It's like that golden tone, just being in the sunshine, that sort of thing. You know, that look that you get just when you've spent a lot of time in the sun, that feeling. And it's probably a metaphor. It's that idea of like being in the light. But it's this warm golden light of youth or old age. It's kind of like it's both the golden hour, right? It's kind of like it comes back around. 9 of Cups. Ooh. I just heard preening. It's like showing off there a little bit, Leo. Okay, and finally, the Magician. Wow, this is a really great reading for you. I don't have much negative to say. I did have that little warning or heads up about that Queen of Swords type energy in your sphere or coming within, you know, about them and their critical voice. I had that. Maybe also with this 3 of Cups, there could be people around you that don't see the truth of this. If this is an actual person in your sphere, like your friend group or just like your work circle or kind of the scene that you're involved in, there's someone that's a little bit in this energy, and I just heard shady, and your friends or colleagues or coworkers or other people in this scene don't really see it. I see that you do see the truth of that situation, and I just got October for justice. So it could be that around that time, also look at this 3 of Cups, there's pumpkins in it, right? October. It's sort of like that's the time when they will see the truth of a situation. I also am getting that for some of you, you'll have a deadline in October. And this doesn't have to be the exact timing. It's just, that's what I channeled with these pumpkins here in the Justice card. You could have a project at some point this year and it's a deadline, and this is about your inner voice, your inner critic, and this is about you shutting that voice up because it's not helping you move forward, and it could be so bad that it could talk you out of doing this project, having this show, having this deadline. Like you could want to just like give the work to someone else, step down and not take the credit, but I'm seeing that you will be shutting this down, especially if you view this message in time. Queen of Wands, yeah, coming through as yourself, as your true self, and doing so in a really powerful way with the 6 of Wands and the Hermit. It's like your inner light is shining through right now. Like I got with this inner peace card, out of this world. You're kind of coming through as this like extraterrestrial influence, and maybe you do identify as a starseed, but if not, it's just the idea that like you don't come from this place, but whoever is in this place, they're really noticing you and you're really shining through. I also feel there's a kindness about you, and that's really cool because I'm getting like they're so down to earth. People might see you in this certain way, but once they meet you and speak with you, it's kind of like they really can connect with you in a warm and emotional way. And maybe that's surprising to some people that you're so warm and genuine and easy to talk to because of like how intense your persona or facade is. Maybe that's for some of you who are sort of in the public eye, whether that's, you know, internationally or just like in your local community. And it's like when people actually do get the chance to connect with you on a one-to-one basis, they feel that. I feel you being invited to a lot of parties, a lot of events, like being invited to join some social activities here. And maybe that's not something that you had been doing for a while. And I think it's gonna be really good, because it's like, it feels satisfying. With this card, I was just getting a sense of like the things that you did try to go to, or like you didn't really much try to get involved in something because it didn't really appeal to you. There was nothing that like, even when you did go out, whatever, it just wasn't doing it for you. And this is more, for some reason, whatever reason, collective energy shift or energy shift within, you're finding the right situations to be in, and you're being invited to the right situations. And it's much more fulfilling that way. 9 of Cups. Emotional fulfillment here. Inner peace. What I do get with this, though, is like feeling really secure and confident. So that keyword we got for fire signs, insecure, that's kind of like it's not applying to you anymore. It's not applying to you anymore. I feel like I don't have any pentacle cards here, but there's something about work and finances that you felt insecure about that. And so it could be that you're seeing progress in those sectors, and because of that, you feel much more secure in yourself. You know, it's like knowing that you can provide for yourself or your family. It makes you feel really good. Magician. With this Magician, I see this spiral illustration over here. It might be difficult to see, but what that's indicating to me is that it's been a long, strange journey. I just heard that Grateful Dead lyric, what a long, strange trip it's been. It's like, it's been quite a circuitous path. It's been, it's that idea that progress is not linear. It's been really back and forth and kind of strange, but it's getting you to this place of divine union within yourself, this spiral, that like very sacred gesture, very sacred symbol, inner unity and like moving energy. And the trip it took to get there has been, like I said, a little bit windy. It's been a windy road. I just got that Sheryl Crow song, Every Day is a Winding Road. It's like that. It's been a while, but you're getting there. You're a little bit closer. I think you're fully embodying that at this time or in this year. With this Justice card, I'm getting the sense of that legal financial security thing again. Maybe you've been dealing with legal documents or the justice system in some way, and I feel like it's going to be resolved this year, and you're going to feel a lot lighter. I see this heart and this feather, which of course is the measure of a man, right, in Egyptian mythology. But it's, to me, speaking about feeling much lighter, your heart feeling lighter, the load being lifted once you've dealt with this matter and you're able to move on from it. It's going to be a celebration once this is over. Maybe there's an air sign around you helping you deal with this. Air sign woman or feminine energy. That's nice. Six of Wands, victory, success, recognition, achievement. And it could be that you do achieve some sort of status this year. And so, of course, that means competition. You know, this figure's holding this wand, and below him are 5 wands. The 5 of Wands indicates competition, jealousy, rivalry, but you're kind of up here and you're above that, and you're not really affected by it. So I see that whatever rivalry, jealousy, competition is going on in the sector that this applies, it's not going to affect you because you're up here. And you're up here. You've done this sort of spiritual work, and so that kind of 3D energy isn't bothering you at this time. Okay, Leo, we're going to pause for a moment. I'm going to pose a question, and then together we'll get some additional information for you today. So, question is, where can I meet the universe halfway? Channel message, take a moment, pause, get out your notebook, write it down, And then you'll come back with your energy, and together we'll get some additional information in the cards. So, where can I meet the universe halfway? All right, Leo. Let's see if there's anything else that Leo needs to know in this 2022 overview reading. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node. I just got Pluto again, so do, like I said, if you're drawn to the idea of Pluto, look into it. Use your magic this year. There's a book called The Astrology of Fate. I was just guided to tell you about it, so look into that book. Look into Pluto, look into Leo, and also your Mars sign, I just heard. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. What is going on here, Leo? Something is going on. I'm feeling some turbulence coming in, and it doesn't feel negative. It just feels like a turbulent energy that is going to shake up like your world a little bit. And the cards don't necessarily want to talk about it. What is that? It's feeling a little messy. These cards keep... Oh, interesting. The Ace of Wands and the Moon. Yeah, that's turbulent, right? That's unknown, but not negative. Not negative like I felt. It's just a little bit turbulent, a little sudden, a little unexpected, a little unknown. And, you know, that could be anything. This Knight of Cups is kind of staring at me like she knows what it is, but she won't tell me. People are like toasting you. Maybe it's a successful achievement in your work and people are toasting you, a raise, a promotion, an opening, a deadline where your success is like a graduation type of energy and people are toasting you. But that's something you would sort of know about, right? So, but whatever it is, it's unexpected. You're not expecting it. You could have a feeling about it with this Moon card. Like deep down in your gut, you have a feeling about it, but you really don't know. There's no way of knowing. Whatever it is, you're going to maintain your composure. You're going to maintain your inner peace. And anything, just know this, trust this. Anything that comes into your world, you're going to measure it against your own inner peace. So you'll take it or not take it based on that. So just trust yourself with this Moon card. Trust your own inner knowing, because you're not going to let anything affect this. So it can only be positive, if that makes sense. Because if it weren't, it wouldn't be coming in because you're not going to let it. I hope you can understand that. I'm also getting a bit of sexual energy with the Moon and the Ace of Wands. So there could be something about that, like some sort of new partnership in that way. Even if you are already currently partnered, it's like a new way of relating to your partner, like a new thing you're going to try, maybe in secret. And it looks like it's pretty fulfilling. It might be a little too fulfilling, so just be careful not to go overboard. All in good fun. Anything else about that? Eight of Wands, yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of energy. Okay, great. This fell on the Queen of Swords. So, like I said, if anything, if this is that Queen of Swords kind of cold, critical type energy outside of you, I feel that coming into you. And wow, this is really cool. They could come back around to apologize for what they said. like it turns out that they were going through a really rough time, or like they've acknowledged their own jealousy, or realized it was just really fucked up for them to speak to you that way, and they could be coming back to apologize at some point later in the year. It's kind of like a peace offering almost. I mean, I don't know how much I would trust this person, but it is a nice gesture. What else for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node. It's kind of that Eight of Wands has kind of placed itself between the Queen of Swords and Justice. So that Queen of Swords could be a lawyer type, or yeah, it's just something to do with the truth here. And fairness, equality. If you're, for example, going through a custody battle, this could be someone saying, hey, you know what, like let's work this out, and or divorce proceedings, let's work this out, and XYZ, insert solution. More embodying that justice energy. All right, moving along. Three of Cups and the Hermit. Knight of Swords, Six of Cups. Ooh. That's quite unexpected. That could be like running into someone at a party. And like you're kind of maybe used to moving in this hermit energy, this solo energy, this spiritual warrior energy I just got. And like, this is much different. This Three of Cups is much different. It's a lot lighter. It's a lot more playful. And, oh, maybe there's someone that shakes up your world a little bit in that they like ask you to be more like this. And I don't mean ask like they demand to you, Leo, that you should be more fun and playful. Not at all. That would not fly. Fuck that. No, this is like they ask you with their energy to be more playful and less alone, less serious. Not that this isn't great, not that this isn't important, but you're already coming off that way with this Queen of Wands, right? Like everyone knows you are this way. So it's kind of, it's something different. It's a lot lighter. It's a playful, childlike energy. And maybe it's that there is someone coming into your world to bring that in. It's like an old friend or someone who feels like an old friend with that Six of Cups, nostalgia, childhood. And, you know, it's like you do fun things like go to the lake or ride the paddle boats or something like that. It's not spending all of your time in deep transcendental meditation. You do that plenty, I feel. This is shaking you up and getting you to be more playful. What's this? Death card? This feels like a battle here between this Knight of Swords and Death. I feel something to do with change. I mean, the Death card, of course, depicts change, transformation of the highest order. But I feel this is sort of you coming up against yourself when it comes to change. Maybe it's hard to want to move into a more playful energy. Or maybe if you've been in a more playful energy, you're going further into this energy. And either way, whatever direction that goes for you, I'm feeling specifically it goes the former. It's you coming up against yourself about it. It feels like some sort of inner conflict or a challenge overcoming something within you. What is that? I also hear facing your fears and fighting your demons. So it's kind of like dealing with the things that have been ravaged in the path of this death figure, dealing with the shambles of your life in some way. And this feels like present moment looking back. So this could have to do with like psychotherapy, for example, or just like working through your past in some way, talking through it. Maybe that's with a spiritual advisor, you know, a priest, whatever you're comfortable with, but it's kind of, a community support group. It's talking about those things that you've been through or you've dealt with that are, like I said, it's in the past. What I'm feeling is this Knight of Swords is the present and death is the past with all of these different people down here. And it's like working through that. Also in the death card, I see you as this figure, this like yielding, surrendered figure in the white dress. That's like one of my favorite parts of the tarot. Because you surrendered to the change that you had to make, or you surrendered to the circumstances that you've experienced, like this inner peace card said, it depicts the lily. So out of darkness, out of the mud, comes a thing of grace and beauty. Comes you. Because you surrendered to it and you let yourself grow. Even though being in that dark space, being in the mud was probably scary. Facing death, probably scary. But you did it. You did this solitude, you did the work, and you're coming out victorious now. Wow, Leo. That is really beautiful. Okay, I'm going to close this out and get you a major arcana card before we go. Once again, inner peace. A beautiful journey this year. All right. One final major arcana card, Spirit. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node. What card does Leo need to see for their best and highest good? Okay. They want me to do this for a moment. I'm being drawn to a shooting star I see in this card here. So it's just reiterating that message about that extraterrestrial, out of this world, star-like energy you're coming through with. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node. What card does Leo need to see, Spirit, for their best and highest good? We have two today. Let's see. Wow. We've got the Wheel. And we've got the Tower. That's some intense energy. Wow, Leo. 2022 is going to be a big one for you. With the Tower, intuitively, what I feel is this tomb down here, this dark space. That's what we spoke of, what you've been through, that inner healing, that inner sanctum that you've built for yourself. And the Wheel is like not letting anything get to you, not letting anything interfere with your inner peace, because you've cultivated that. You've cultivated that for yourself, and it's your source of strength. Okay, I'm going to read these from the book because the descriptions are often strange and different. The Tower, ruin. The decapitated pyramid is the death of hope, the ruin of our constructions. Arrogance, presumption, prison, ruin, desperation, punishment, lack of balance. Don't let that depiction scare you. We're going to go over it. The Wheel. Destiny. Destiny turns under the impulses of the wheel. Manubi, the genius of goodness, grows while Typhon, the genius of evil, falls headlong. Change, opportunity, cyclicity, measurable time. So what I feel intuitively with that, Leo, is that whatever ruin you have experienced, you've grown from. I just heard you outlived it, right? And so this is bringing in the new cycles. The ruin of the Tower, that facing the death card, like we said that you did, is what brings in that change, and knowing that it's all part of a cycle. Fate, right? This said fated. It's destiny. It's sort of like going through what you did in order to step into the light and fulfill your potential, which is the destiny for you, Leo. Stepping out of the darkness of this Tower energy. And once you do that, the fact of you doing that is like what makes the world crumble, because you're kind of feeling like starlight with you, with this energy of the lightning bolt. It's something very powerful. A lot of David Bowie kind of stuff coming through, that lightning bolt energy, Starman, that sort of thing. So yeah, that's what's coming through for you. Okay, Leo, thank you so much for being here, and do come back. Until next time, do take care. Bye.